One is going to be like this. You'll notice that's a horse, okay? The other, like this, you'll notice that's a girl's face. These are line drawings. For the two different line drawings, I want you to practice them through graph drawing, and I want you to make sure, first of all, the instructions, keep the paper upright, so you must look at each individual box upside down and transfer one box at a time. Compare and contrast with the lines across the box and make sure to place your lines in the exact same areas of the boxes below. If your lines extend from one box into another, make sure to look closely at where they meet and match them with the next box. Do not draw the outline of your object first. Focus only on one box at a time. The way that I teach this is simply to narrow your vision to one square and then on only one square. As simple as this can be, if I'm working on this one right here, I would literally go across like this first. You see the very first box, there's nothing in it. I'm going to mark it off. Nothing, nothing. I get to the fourth box. I see in here a line. What I want to do is I want to compare. The line ends right here. The line ends about right here. The line curves. The line curves. The line thickens. And I'm just going to stop there. That's simple. That's easy. You notice, though, first, I actually did a dot, kind of like connect the dots. Why? I put a mark where I knew it would end. I continue on, nothing, nothing, nothing. As I move down to the next row, I'm going to say there are 3 lines that go through this box. In this line, this first dot, I see where it should be, and I'm going to put a mark there. I see how it curves up and over. I see how far down it is. I'm always going to compare and contrast. It is down. If this box was cut in half, that's about where that line is, but this is about 3/4 of the way up, so I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way up, and that's about where that line goes. And then I want to look back and forth. I want to draw a curved line. Kind of shaky today, I'm not sure why, but a curved line just like that line there. Okay, I'm going to look down to the next line. I see it goes across the bottom right here, comes up to right here, and it's going to be a curve right there like that. Now I would thicken in the middle, just like that line. I'd color that in. And then I'm going to move down. I see another little line here. I literally do this a lot if I'm ever teaching graph drawing. I move from here to here, and I say, okay, it's about right there. That line goes just like that. And then there's another little line that crosses from here to here. I'm going to draw that. I'm then going to move to the next square. The next square over. This line that I'd started here continues into right here, so it's about halfway down, but not halfway in the middle, so about halfway down, not quite halfway in the middle, about to right here. And I'm going to continue this curve like that. I'm going to move to the next line. I see one coming off the edge there. It comes in about so far. Move down to the next one, and I just focus on this square and no other square, and that's it. The problem that I see with students often is they'll do a couple lines and they'll get distracted, and they'll move to the next square, and then they miss the important detail of what was in that square. So I don't move ever to another square until I've drawn everything that I know is in this square. This line that continues up and over to about right here, about that thick, it goes up, it touches that line, comes all the way to this, just like that. And yes, again, I don't know why I'm so shaky today. I'm doing this with pen. I thought maybe the pen would be more noticeable. If I'm ever having a shaky day, I typically don't draw with pen. If I feel good, I draw with pen. I do the next line. I come over about to here, up to about here, draw a curve. So what you'll notice is I'm doing a lot of connect the dots. And I am constantly putting marks to where I'm going to connect lines to. When I draw big drawings without a graph, I connect the dots a lot. I'll go, okay, this mark should be here. I'll put a little dot. This mark should be here, and then I draw the line that it should be. It's the way you draw. And anybody that thinks otherwise, if they can draw it without that, that's fine. But most artists that I know are going to mark things so they can see, so they can understand where things are. I don't have to use a graph to do that. What I want you guys to use a graph so that way you can focus on the small details of one section at a time. By doing this, you're going to do what's called narrowing your vision. You shrink your vision down to focus only on a small area at a time, and then everything's going to be done. Okay? You're going to do in your packet, you've got this one and you've got this one. I don't want you to turn the sheet sideways to draw it. I want you to draw it just like this. When you're done, turn the sheet sideways and see how it looks. When you're done, turn the sheet sideways and see how it looks. When you're drawing it, draw it just how you see it. Because here's the deal. You learn to look and draw at what you see and not what you think you see. When you turn something, you think you see a girl's face, and you'll draw a girl's face from your memory and not a girl's face that you see on here. So for each and every one of you, I have all these packets. You all have to get them, and we will get started on this.